this is dump cane, and you can grow and root your dump cane in water very conveniently. That is a more promising method as compared to, we can take like one cutting one by one. Okay, so what we can do, I would like to cut it into smaller pieces so the result will be more promising. I'm not sure that if I am holding it high upright, if you are able to see this is only one of the cutting. I have more. Okay, so we are going to make them shorter, and then I will add them in water. I have a very small dump cane that is growing in water, and now we will work with this one to make sure that we can divide it and help it survive. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it a little close so you can see when I make the cut. Okay, here it is. Okay, so now with the lower portion, and some are like it's pretty dehydrated as well, so I'll see that if I need to remove any of the leaves, I'll go for the ones they are more dehydrated. So if I separate this one from here, I can remove this, and that should be good to add in water, or I should okay, now this is a difficult decision. They have beautiful leaves. I do not want to remove a lot of leaves, but let's see. Okay, we already have like long stem here. I actually can divide it from here as well and then further. So let's decide. This is also, I think this one is in bad condition already. So, okay, this one I choose to eliminate. Okay, I'm going to cut from here. You see? Oh, it's painful. Here we go. The first cut, they are dehydrated. Once I put them in water, it will start gaining some strength, and I don't feel like removing any of the leaves from it. So here is the base, and I'm adding it right now without water, but I will add water in this soon. Okay, so for the next cutting, this one, the top, I'm not going to divide it further, but I will remove the bottom leaf. And I need to make sure that not a lot of pieces of leaf stem should stay on the plant. And the reason is that if I let it stay here, it will develop bacteria, and make the plant die. And one more thing. Okay, I will remove one more because at least I need to submerge in water this much. So I will not add this portion, where the leaf stem is connected in water, because it can rot. So I will just remove this leaf from here, but I need to remove these remaining pieces as well to make sure that it doesn't rot in water, because if they start getting rot, they will definitely make the whole stem rot, and we don't want that. Okay, if I remove these big leaves here that I have removed, so you can see that this cutting is ready as well. I will add it here in the glass vase. However, I'm not going to add water for minimum of 6 to 7 hours at minimum, or maybe I will just add water tomorrow so these ends can callus over, because if you see at the bottom one, I can this is pretty much dry because there was a travel time to come here. It has some time to dry, but if you see this, like where I have cut it from, it is pretty wet here. and it can easily absorb a lot of water and make the stem, the whole cutting dry. And not dry, die. That is something we really want to avoid. So for that reason, I'm just keeping it in the vase for time being, just to hold it there, so it do not get, any other injury. However, okay, so but we definitely will going to wait till the time it callous over, most probably 6-7 hours. But in case if I forget, then tomorrow morning, most probably. Okay, so let's just start working with rest of the cuttings because we have more. Okay, now this one, and now I will quickly work with this one because we already had talked about the method. Now we just need to see that how long I want the bottom cutting, and because it is, you see that it is like all weird shape, like it's going twisted and everything. So I really want to see that if I can take the top straight and where it is like getting connected. If I cut it from here, then I can get the straight top, and then this will be another straight. So I'm just going to cut it from here. Okay, so here comparatively it is straight. I'm not sure that with other cuttings in the background if you are able to see it clearly, but this is okay. Not this as it is. Okay, so for this one as well, I will just remove the bottom leaf, and I'll try to remove as much as remaining skin of the stem is connected with the main stem of the leaf, because these are the pieces that definitely can attract bacteria and make the whole cutting. You see this bump here? The roots are going to grow from here. It's a cute bump. Okay, still you see how wet it is? Here, you should be able to see. Okay, so I will wait for it to dry. Now it will go in the same ways, and I'll show you in the end that how my vase look like with all the cuttings. Now this one is pretty twisted, and like there is a distance here as well, so maybe I can take the benefit and I cut it from here, then I can have two cuttings, and it's going to grow back anyways. So, but I'm still not very comfortable with this twisting of these leaves. That's for now, maybe that's okay. I'm not going to divide it into two small pieces, but okay, from here we can, I really want to have this one node up instead of with the bottom. Okay, that's okay, we can remove it. It was already half crunchy brownish. It's not going to go in water, so that's okay. I can just add it in a small pot to get rooted. And this one, I actually do not need to remove any leaf from here, because you see that there was a dry leaf that I removed. So I have one node here, and then I have here. I think I would like to give it a try. Oh, that's a banded. Okay, I can remove it, that's fine. Let's just do that, be done with it. And this one will also go in a smaller part, so I'm not going to add it in the bigger pot. And all the, regardless of their small sections or big, we definitely need to clean the remaining pieces of leaf stem from the main stem to avoid any kind of bacteria. And one more tip, when you add it in water, make sure you are adding the activated charcoal. I'll show you when I do that so you can see, and that really help in avoiding bacteria and rot. Okay, now we have two more. Oh, I thought that we had 3 on total, but they are big cuttings. Okay, so for this one, Okay, for this one, I have a really great chance because we have free nodes here. If I cut it from here, this can give me another plant and this top can give me another one. So let's do that. I'm cutting it diagonal. So here is one cutting. And this one is still too big. So I'm going to cut it more. And it's a difficult decision. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant. Maybe this leaf is in a very bad shape. Maybe I cut it under this one so I can just remove this leaf. And rest of these can stay. Okay, so I need to do it very carefully so other leaves do not get damaged. You see that? I'm trying my best to save the other leaf as much as possible. Oh, it's still connected. Why? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so far now I can keep, this is okay. Like, this is not a bad size for a cutting for dumb cane. So I'm just keeping it as is. For this one, this leaf is already damaged. So I'm going to, see, the plant was not in a good shape. And we are hoping that we'll be able to have more plants from these cuttings and they will be healthy. I'm planning to root them and introduce them in one single plant. Oh, sorry, pot, instead of dividing them in multiple pots, so it can give me a bushier look. I hope that can work. Okay, I have removed the leaf as much as possible, the remaining of the leaf stem. Now I can keep it here. Now that's another cutting. Now we go with, okay, these are, I'm removing the rest of the leaves that we, okay, now this one. Now for this one, this is also pretty twisted. You can see that. You see? I don't want to add the whole stem in water. I would like to cut it in smaller pieces. And I see that there is empty space here. So I'm going to get 2 nodes if I cut it under this node. And these can then start growing roots. So let's, okay. So let's try to cut it right under this node and try to save this leaf as much as possible. Let's see if I'm able to do that successfully. Oh, okay. Okay, I did it, but it, oh, okay. There is no use. I could have like just cut it further. Okay, that's fine. I still have these nodes and they will develop the roots. So here we are. You can see it's still a big branch, but I'm hopeful that I'm not, okay, this leaf is also like in a bad position. I actually can divide it in further because I don't want to have any sick leaves on my plant. So let's do it from here, but before, if I plan to remove it, I can just remove it beforehand. This is there. Here, maybe it can just make my life easy when I am making the cut. Here we go. You see that? This one, and then we have this one. So some cuttings will go in bigger pots, some are in smaller. Now I can show you the bigger pot, the bigger ways, how it looked like with these. You saw those cuttings, they were like pretty in bad situation. I can just make it a little put it on a distance so you can see how they look like in this ways. But as I said, I'm not going to add water till tomorrow morning or late night today. So some of the cuttings still can go in the same ways that are longer and would be able to dip the same. And this one has like too many extra notes, so I do not worry at all that how it will behave in water. Okay, so the longer portion can go in. This is just a temporary setup till the time I decide to add water. Now it is too fill. I'm not going to add more, but I'm going to add those in a separate ways. Okay. Well, I will show you once I add it in water, and then once it start growing roots.
I don't know why, but you stay on my mind. You walking like a quiet breeze, messing with my heartbeat. Don't even try, you just exist, and that's enough for me. You smile like you don't know what it does to me, and I pretend I'm fine, but I'm not really. I try to look away, but I keep looking back. It's just the little things that get me like that. It's the way you say my name like it's something soft and sweet, and the way you laugh out loud like the world's on repeat. I don't know what this is, but I know I can't hide. Every little thing you do stays on my mind. Stay on my mind. Stay on my mind. You don't even notice me